Hello friends, welcome to Blockchain World again. In the last video, we discussed about Bitcoin mining and Bitcoin miners. I hope you understood what is meant by Bitcoin mining. In this video, we are going to discuss about one of the consensus mechanism in blockchain space, which is known as proof of work. We have lots of consensus mechanisms, or we can say consensus algorithms like proof of work, proof of stake, delegated proof of work, proof of elapsed time, practical Byzantine fault tolerance, so etc. There are lots of consensus mechanisms and very basic consensus mechanism which Bitcoin blockchain is using is known as proof of work. Before starting the video, please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, my you like the video. As we have seen in the last video, there are miners in the network, in the blockchain network, who are verifying the incoming transactions and mining the block. But how will you make sure, or how miners will make sure which block should get added to the main chain? Suppose there are 10 miners in the network, in the blockchain network, and a transaction comes in. So every miner tries to mine the block. So there are 10 blocks. So there are 10 blocks are mining. So there are 10 block mining in progress in that network because there are 10 miners. But only one block will get added to the existing main chain or existing blockchain. So how to make sure that which block to add in the main blockchain? So the network itself decides this by a mechanism which is known as proof of work. Proof of work is nothing but a unique data, or we can say a unique number, which is known as nonce, which is extremely difficult to produce and which satisfies certain requirements. Proof of work, that number is calculated by solving a mathematical puzzle. In the initial days of Bitcoin mining, it was very simple to calculate that number, which is a proof of work. But today we can see there are lots of miners which are taking part in the network to mine the bitcoins. So as there are many miners now, this puzzle is very difficult to solve. That means proof of work has increased the network difficulty. So as more miners take part in the network difficulty increases. In the initial days, the network difficulty was very less, but now it has increased tremendously. This increase in network difficulty increases time, energy, and efforts required to mine the block, or required to calculate the nonce, or we can say to solve that puzzle. Miners need lot of time, lot of energy, and they need to put lot of efforts. So whoever solves that puzzle faster, his or her block gets added to the parent chain, or we can say main chain. So in our example, there are 10 miners. So if miner 3 calculates that nonce or solves that puzzle faster than everyone else in the network, then his block will get added to the main chain. This whole process of calculating the nonce or solving the puzzle is nothing but proof of work algorithm. Proof of work is one of the consensus algorithm used in cryptocurrency mining, as we all know. As I already told you, proof of work is nothing but a unique number which is known as nonce. So we can say nonce is a random number which miner has to calculate. Nonce contains a run of leading zeros followed by fixed number. So this is a unique number and miner has to put a lot of efforts to calculate this nonce. When miners mine the block, a consensus is carried out and hash of the next block is decided. This hash of the next block is a combination of hash of the previous block plus timestamp plus few other parameters and plus nonce. So here nonce is the only thing which can be changed. Miners try to calculate the nonce as much faster as they can so as to include his or her block in the blockchain. The one who calculates the correct nonce wins the race. So this we have already discussed. So we have 10 miners in the network Whoever calculates the correct nonce in order to get the correct hash of the next block, that miner wins the race and his or her block gets added to the main chain. So as we know, it takes a lot of random guesses to find out the unique and correct nonce. Here, miners basically use brute force cracking technique. Brute force cracking technique is nothing but they put lots of efforts, or we can say they calculate this nonce by means of various permutations and combinations or random guesses. This is called as brute force cracking technique, which requires huge energy and high configuration CPUs and GPUs. Nowadays, Bitcoin mining is not possible with the help of a laptop. But in the initial days, when there were very less miners, the miners were able to calculate this nonce or able to do this mining with the help of a single laptop. But now there is, the network difficulty has risen tremendously. So that is the reason we need huge energy and high configuration CPUs and GPUs. It takes around 10 minutes for miners to find this nonce and complete this proof of work algorithm or proof of work consensus mechanism. Hence, in the Bitcoin network, it takes around 10 minutes to mine a new block. And after mining a new block, miner gets rewarded with some Bitcoins. So now every miner gets rewarded with 12.5 Bitcoins to mine a single block. So this is the end of today's session. I hope you understood what is proof of work and how the proof of work algorithm is carried out. Also, you must have understood what exactly nonce is. So guys, if you like this video, please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, please click on that bell icon notification to get notified whenever I publish next video. So that's all for today. We will meet in the next video. Until then, bye bye and take care.